We're going to start working on this Foretravel. Never even heard of this type of RV before, but I really like it. Don't overlook these older early 2000s, 90s era Class A's. This has no slides, but let me tell you, it is solid. Solid chassis, you know, solid cat, most of them. I think like a cat diesel. Probably drive this one around the country a couple times. Anyway, I don't want to keep selling the virtues of the vintage motorhomes. As you know, some of you know, I've got something a little vintage there. That's mine. But anyway, we're going to be doing a lot of solar on this, a lot of battery, a lot of inverter. Let's talk about how we're going to do it and why we're choosing the components we're choosing. I probably should have put that earlier. But those of you who are here for that description and now want to watch the rest of it, once again, you're the true fans. Thank you for hanging around. Now she looks like she's got a little bit of a list to one side. It's been sitting for a little bit here, so I think there might be a leak in an airbag, but I won't hold that against it. So let's see what we got going on here. We've got, they got who's this? Hello, Zuki and Bear. They are back for action. All right. As some of you know, we are a solar and dog channel. Hey, boys. Can I have that? Can I have that? Oh, give it that. Oh, fine. Oh. It keeps him busy. Okay. We got two 8D batteries in here on a slide-out tray, which is pretty nice, but we think we can do better. We're going to do 6 SOK batteries in here. You two again? Come on. We're going to do 6 SOK batteries in here, but we're going to have to pull out the slide tray. But I think it'll work good. That'll give us whatever 6 times 12 is. Or no, not 6 times 12. 6 times 2. Jeez.
12.
It's still early. Hey, Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Dave's going to be hanging around helping us out, I think, today. So, we got that there. And then, what else we got here? Oh. We've got, this is the old inverter. It's a, what is that? Heart Interface Freedom 25. I'm not familiar with that at all, but I'm going to take that out and then build a board that fits right on this back wall here, leaving the slide-out tray. So we're not going to really use any of the space or any space that typically was used for storage or anything. That's one of the things I definitely like to do. They finally calmed down. If anyone knows about Bernese mountain dogs like Mr. Bear here is, he likes to sit on feet. All right. Then, I think next, the reason why I'm out here right now is I want to verify exactly how much solar we can fit on the roof. So I got the rolling cart out here, and I'm going to go up there and take some measurements and just be doubly sure, because that's going to affect what we're going to do for solar chargers and all that. All right. Bear drugged me back in the shop. Talked with the customer. It looks like we're actually going to be able to, fit those 2,000 watts of solar on there. And let's talk about all the equipment to make that make sense, okay? To start, here's those 6 SOK batteries. It is going to be a 12-volt system. I know it's controversial with these bigger ones, but when we're talking about those giant Class A RVs, I have a hard time giving up the alternator charging. And we can talk about how we do the charging on that, and it's a little bit different than most other people think. We're a little contrarian on it, but we'll talk about that later in the video. How about that? But it's hard to give up that charging that you get by going to a higher voltage system. So I think we're going to be running everything into a Lynx Power in, and then coming from there, I think I'm going to do my positive out of here, looping it around into my disconnect, and then I got this wire coming out here and my negative coming out here. So we're going to have to make up a bunch of parallel cables basically put each of these 2 batteries in parallel. We'll just be using 3 of the inputs on the Lynx power in. And oh, I also think I'm going to fuse each of these. The Lynx power in does support fuses with a couple of little M8 bolt hardware. Well, you know what? Show you that later too. How about that? More teasing. Then, star of the show, I would say, is the MultiPlus 2 2x120. This inverter is what makes, a large part of what makes Victron equipment so special. I get people calling me wanting to use different equipment all the time. It's hard to not use these because of what they do. The power assist, the 2x120 mode where all your outlets work in your RV, everything just works. It's hard to go away from it. And more, its profile is so good. Some of these other inverters are big square things. I mean, Victron makes one too, but I don't know if we'd be able to do the install if it was any other shape, to tell you the truth. Okay, enough about that. We got our Lynx distributor here. We've got, and the purpose of that is to protect your major connections and distribute the power efficiently. These are giant bus bars in here. These are solid copper. I want to say it's a little over $200 right now. You can't build this any cheaper, honestly. In this tight of a package, even if you're not using anything else Victron, use a Lynx power in, use a Lynx distributor to keep your system safe and manage all your connections. Don't be putting 12 wires on a battery terminal. That's silly. Okay, enough ranting about that. Got our Lynx, or not our Lynx shunt, just our normal shunt, and we like to put that right on this terminal here. We just round that out with not round it out, but make the hole a little bit bigger with a step drill bit. Works real good. I think the servo is going to go here. I'm not going to use this connection. I'm again going to pull off of this side, and we'll show you how you do that. Don't worry. Then we got our charge controllers here. So we've got these 2 larger ones. Those are going to be managing the roof solar, and it's not going to be split up 5 and 5. We're going to do 4 on one, 6 on the other. And then here, this is for the ground deploy panels, and that's going to be pretty amazing as well. I think he's doing up to 800 watts on the ground. This guy's going to be able to pretty much park out in a field or once he gets camp set up, and shoot, he's going to be able to run an air conditioner off of this system. Mark my words. Hold me to it. Then we got the, what do we call this? A breaker box for a solar. So the solar power, it's probably going to come in through a cable tray of some kind right here on this side. No, we'll run that into here and then to our other chargers. What's going on, Zuki? If anybody doesn't know, Zuki is our neighbor shop dog. Oh, looks like he already went for a morning swim. Good for him. And yeah. So, got the board cut there. Hopefully it all fits on there. We're going to wrap that in carpet. We use some 3M adhesive spray to put that on there, and then start putting things on the board. And that's how the magic happens, right, Mr. Zuki? I've been calling them by their formal names lately. All right, quick change of plans. We are going to be doing a little bit more investigation to make sure we know where all our wire runs are coming from and going to. But the reason why I'm showing you these pull-out trays is just to say, come on, look at all this storage in here. This is more storage than a lot of those like Newmars and stuff. Don't discount these older RVs. Wow. It's got more storage, I think, than I do. Oh, geez, he's getting after it here. I was just taking a look at where we're going to pull the solar wires down. And look at this, okay? Here's something I want to... Oh, that hurt. Oh, well, ruined another pair of pants. Oh, all right. This guy right here. This is where all the wiring is run. I can tell because of the way it is. Because there's a whole bunch of good wires right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a couple days since whenever we last updated, and we got a lot of work that we've done and a lot of work yet to go. I still have high hopes of maybe finishing this up or getting it most of the way done. So we will see what happens. Thought I'd share, first off, how we installed these batteries. Not 100% done yet, but my good friend Dave here came up with an amazing system for using one ratchet strap to get all these back in there. There are 6 SOK batteries. We got D-ring hooks, 4 of them, and just kind of strung it through like a pulley system. So it starts there, goes up and over, then over here, up and over, and then back up through there. And it is good and tight, not going anywhere. And I did the diagonal battery cabling here, so we're not pulling just from these 2 positives, because I ran these in groups. So this is in parallel, this is in parallel, this is in parallel. We're taking the negative from the back, negative from the back, negative from the back, and then positives from the front. And then there's going to be a Lynx power in up here. It's going to be great. We got these cables to eventually hook into the system. They're going to run through over here to where we're going to put the board on there. Board's going to go right here. And looks like got a little things to vacuum up there before we get that in there. And we ran our AC lines through the central tunnel. That was a bear. This is also a bear here, if anybody knows. Got solar wires run. Plenty of room to pull some more up through there. Let's go take a look at how the board came together in the shop here. And this is a little sub-assembly for the input side. So this is the Lynx power in, and I've got fuses here in the Lynx power in. You can actually do this, just quick reminder, you can basically convert it to a Lynx power in without lights, but we'll get into that more a little bit later. Here is the board put together and programmed, and pretty self-explanatory here, I guess. We got our 50 amp charger. That is for ground deployed panels. The Lynx shunt, Serbo GX. It's Friday, can you tell? Something interesting to note here is because we have 4 VE Direct devices, we got a Lynx, Smart Shunt, Smart Solar, Smart Solar, Smart Solar. Only 3 VE Direct ports. That's why we do carry some of the USB to VE Direct adapters. So that's how you add more than 4 devices. And of course, the MultiPlus programmed up, ready to go. So I think we're about ready to haul this in there, get it mounted, maybe start making some connections. But I think we got to do a little cleanup first. So this is the part of the work that is not all that glamorous, but it is important when doing a nice clean install. Okay? Here is where this old, dropped something. Here's where this old monitor used to be, the Heartland interface or Heart interface. And we replaced it with a nice Victron screen. Not powered up yet. That's why there's no lights in here. We don't have 12 volt in here yet. Well, I just got my portables. Anyway, sometimes what you got to do is you got to really do some fishing. And we went fishing today. Had to come through the floor there, up back behind this cabinet, up through there, up into this false bottom, and then over there. And that's how we got there. I honestly didn't think it was possible. I was thinking we were going to be over there, or possibly against the fridge over there. But my buddy Dave, he's like, I think we can make this work. And you know what? He was right. So, one thing I wanted to say, or talk about in particular, is I use a lot of different fish tape and fishing type things, but today I went fishing with an endoscope, and I actually ended up using the endoscope itself to fish it in there, because that was the only thing that would really maintain a good curve, and I could almost drive it with the camera. Worked really well. This is called a Teslong. I'll put a link in the description on this video. Love it. I don't think it was more than 150, 160 bucks. Maybe it was more. I don't remember. But I've already used that thing a couple of times. So, got that fished. Now I can put it all back together. Well, it is hopefully last day on this install. It has been a long one, let me tell you. I love this Foretravel coach. I really do. It has just been a little bit challenging trying to get it done right. And I would definitely rather do it right than do it fast. So here we are. Let me show you some of the challenges that we've encountered thus far in addition to, you know, all the other things we've talked about. And I guess what I'm gonna do next today to hopefully wrap it up. Okay, we got the prerequisite of tools and stuff all over. Don't worry, we always clean that up. We got the board hooked up. I even got solar running and just 2 panels up there. So we've got some preliminary power. And then over here in the battery bay, I'm about ready to put this cover on here, but I wanted to show what we did first. Made a couple of improvements, and I'm gonna share those with the customer. But so one of the improvements I made was a disconnect here that we're going to use. This disconnect is actually to separate the coach from the chassis, or the house from the chassis, depending on how you think about it. Now, the customer said there is a solenoid system in there that's supposed to do that, but it's not really doing it. And I wanted to give him the option to do it, because right now there is no option to do that. So then the other thing I added was this here. This is a 120 amp thermal breaker. And what that does is, that's to control the current coming from the, what is it from the, that comes from here, the coach side or the chassis side into the house system. So I don't want to be pulling any more than 120 amps from the alternator, basically. So that's what I got going on here. And then these big old cables here are the main positive and negatives. And don't worry, for the most part, all this is dead. So we're not really in any danger, but I have that dangling there because I need to cut a couple of holes to have them come in, come through a panel that I'm gonna make. And then I got something to show you here. This is gonna be hanging on that panel, and that's positive and negative are gonna connect right there. And that's why those cables are right there. It's gonna look good. If you don't believe me, just keep watching. Prove me wrong. Leave a comment. Oh, I love hearing from you guys. So about the alternator charging. On these larger coaches, where you got a big diesel engine, you've usually got a very stout alternator. And you don't have to manage it so much. You don't really... What I'm mostly doing with that thermal breaker there is I don't want to overload the alternator. I don't want to overheat it by pulling 200 or potentially 300 amps from it or something crazy like that. Keep it at a safe level, and 9 times out of 10, when we hook this up, it's only pulling about 40, 50, sometimes 60 amps. We'll find out. And then the other thing you want to be concerned with is making sure it gets charged up all the way. Right? Those are the 2 reasons why a lot of times we'll use dedicated DC-DC battery charging is we don't want to kill our alternator, and we want to make sure the batteries get fully charged. Well, when you've got 2,000 watts of solar on the roof, it'll take care of it. And if anybody's curious where I came up with these ideas, that's my big finger. That's our RV over there with over 5,000 watts of solar on it and a big old alternator. And that's the way we run it. And it works fine. It works great, actually. All right, we're up on the roof. We got some panels. We just threw them up here and hope for the best. We don't even need to stick them on. A little bit of duct tape. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna do it right here. I got Austin helping me out here a little bit. He's a clown. Anyway, I got him. I think he's gonna be zip tying some stuff. He actually wired these 400 watts up, so I'm gonna let him make it all nice and neat and do the cable management on it. So he's gonna get after that, and I'm gonna wire up the other 6 there. Tell you the truth, we might have been able to hit a little bit, put 2 more on here. We'll see what the customer thinks. If he wants more, we'll make it happen. Some kind of man versus bear standoff going on. We are about done here. I gotta get that cover back on. I'll have to have Austin give me that. Well, we'll see. Or I still have to put these brackets on here. This roof is just too curved for me to get my foot over here safely, so I'm gonna bring the cart over after I'm done cleaning that up and take care of those. But other than that, we'll call this pretty much done. And like I said, I think there's room if you want to get a little bit creative, and we'll talk to the customer maybe at a later date. Could probably put another panel here and here, and still leave enough room to work on the air conditioner there. Or add probably one there and one here. And now you're at 2,400 watts. We'll see. So anyway, it's getting about that time. You can see we're in the golden hour here. Let's see what we got left to do. See if we can put a bow on this thing. All right, how's this looking down here, huh? Oh, still got to put a cover on there. All right, I'll take care of that. But I brought the sticker out here because we're so commonly putting these links upside down. But sure enough, we broke the pattern and I put it right side up. But keep in mind, for a lot of use cases, it really makes it easier to flip that around and have the outputs going up. And to do that, it comes with a sticker. So you just put the sticker on that way, and then the label's correct. Because believe me, when we're putting this board together, having labels the correct way is definitely a factor. But that's one thing to help you out. All the Lynx products have stickers, so you can flip them. And speaking of other Lynx products, here is how our battery input situation turned out. I think this is pretty nice. Well, I think that'll about do it for this one. It was a lot of fun working on it. We got some stuff to clean up yet before we send it to the customer. We'll let them know they can pick it up tomorrow or next couple of days. We'll see. I think it might be tomorrow. They're pretty excited for it. You know, we're excited for it as well. And we're also excited that you're here at our channel, watching this video, watching to the end. It's crazy that so many of you are interested in what we're doing, and I'm continually flattered. So until next time, leave us a comment down below. Watch some other videos. Maybe share them with a friend. Share them to a Facebook group or something like that. Sure, I'll put ourselves in front of the firing squad, so to speak, on the internet. So yeah, anyway, check us out at sodasolar.com. That's with an L, right? Solar with an L. All right, check it out next time.